All right, we're going live.
All right, I'm trying to find my every set of ball cups I wanted to drill
Ooh, ball cups.
because I haven't touched any of my cars in a while.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, I was all worked up about
As
work,
do
and
I.
then I was all worked up about work and like changing jobs and dealing with all that, and uh, dealing with my old boss and all that stupid stuff. And then it's like I get there, it's like I'm in heaven, and uh, it's like the greatest job I've ever had in my life so
Yeah.
far. And like, oh, it wasn't a big deal. And then like now I don't like I wasn't feeling up to working on any of my stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to find ball cups. Give me a second.
I'm gonna give you a second.
Damn it.
We're on YouTube. We're live right now, and some guys are rolling in here.
Nice.
And,
Yeah, well, I can get rolled in.
Yeah, give us a chance to get rolled in.
Yeah,
It is a
rolled in.
holiday, but it doesn't.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Martin Luther King holiday. Emerson didn't have school today.
Yeah, what'd you get me?
I got you freedom, Will.
Nice.
Although it doesn't really affect us. We're white, so
Yeah.
That's
Every
just for me.
day.
that's just for rich.
Yeah, it's just for James. It's like, well, I don't know. It's like,
No, it's for everybody.
No.
Today's a
Yeah,
day for everybody.
Well, it's
It's mostly a day for black people, but it is a day for everybody.
It's a day for everybody because it's like, hey, everybody's supposed to be treated equal. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like treat everybody like your brother. You know,
That's right.
that's what it means to me.
Hey, Hobbyplex is 425.
420.
The what now?
Hobbyplex. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Pivot lending.
Pivot lending is 4 minutes and 25 seconds long.
Yep, it's the new one.
Oh my god,
Oh my god. Okay.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
God, where are my dang ball cups?
Oh.
Gotta drill some.
Murray,
Yeah,
Lance
so-
Murray.
Oh,
broke
there
his-
they are.
Lance Murray
There
broke
they
his
are.
foot on Sunday.
Who did? Lance Murray. On what?
I don't know.
A foot breaking
I
accident?
guess at least it wasn't on a Saturday at the track.
Well, get better.
Yeah.
I'd get a better foot. I wonder what he was doing.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, he's on here,
Christ.
so I guess. Tell us how you broke your foot, Lance.
Yeah,
Murray.
fill us in, Lance. You can't just tell us you broke your foot and not tell us how you broke your foot.
Yeah.
It's like blowing your hand off in a fireworks accident and not telling us you blew your hands off in a fireworks accident.
Connor's on
I
here,
asked.
by the way.
I asked. What's his name? What's that kid's name?
Connor.
Connor. Yeah, I just flat out asked him
Yeah.
about it. Like I was like, dude, like, yeah, do tell. Come on, how'd you do that? Like, did you get to keep the old one? Like, I was asking shit like that or stuff like that, and I was like, they put it in a jar or like.
Lance says stairs with socks, like one of the most uncool ways of breaking your foot.
The most dad way to break your
Yeah.
foot.
That's pretty funny.
That's
that sucks.
hilarious.
Well, I dropped a turkey on my foot once and broke my toe.
I've never broken my foot. I'm
That was
a
also an uncool
true
way to break
champion.
something on your foot. I had to go to the doctor for that, and the guys at Baker's were mad because it was under workman's comp.
Work comp?
Yeah,
That's the best, isn't it?
they were so mad.
Did
at
they
me.
give you? Did they pay you out like mobility loss in your foot?
No, I didn't even stop going to work because there's not a whole lot you can do if you break your toe.
No, I knew a guy that got paid out because they broke their thumb at work.
Oh, well, I mean, a thumb
Like
I can see because we use it. There's a reason why we have opposable thumbs.
Yeah,
But a toe, not much you can do about it. It's broke.
just
it'll
go
heal
get a
itself.
new one.
Yeah.
Go down to
No,
the toe store.
God, they were so mad at me. They were like, "This is the first workman's comp we've had in this many years," and I was like, "Well, sorry."
You're like, what happened? How'd the last guy break their toe?
Yeah, I was
And
carrying.
they were like, dropped a turkey on it, and then they're like,
I was carrying a 26-pound turkey to load it up, and the strap broke, and it fell in my foot. Like it's not like I was being, you know.
Get better straps, Tyson. Was it a Tyson Butterball turkey?
I think it would have been a Butterball, or it would have been a Jensen, or it would have been a Kroger brand back then.
You don't remember what kind of... You should have bought the turkey and ate it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, to assert dominance over the turkey.
Dude, so much dumb stuff happened in the meat department. I remember the Sunday morning of, was it Sunday morning or was it Tuesday morning? The Tuesday morning of 9/11, I had to go to work that day. I had to go to work. Everybody was looking at each other like, what's going to happen to our country, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And this old lady came in, and she called the manager, and basically the whole place freaked out because the powder that they use to keep product dry in the boxes, it was a white powder, and they're also, remember there was that white
anthrax
scare.
Yeah.
And I mean there was legitimately anthrax around, but anyways, so this lady, this old lady, like, made the whole store shut down and leave the building because of an anthrax scare. And I thought to myself, lady, there's no way that a terrorist is going to put a bunch of anthrax in a box of Bar S hot dogs at a grocery store in Omaha, Nebraska. It's just not going to happen. Why do you think that would be anthrax? We see that stuff every single day. But the store shut down for like 2 hours, and the police came, and they had to confirm that it wasn't anthrax. It was one of the dumbest things I've ever had to deal with in my whole life.
Do you ever find what you're looking for, and you find the package, and you open it and realize you robbed one out of it, and you need all of them?
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it.
God. I'll make do.
Yeah. Anyways. Hey, this is Alex Sturgeon, Hobbytown Hobbyplex, and with me as always,
Will Brenton.
And we're here this day to talk mostly about everything at the Hobbyplex. There's not a whole lot going on. I did write down a bunch of Southern Indoor Championships. Sorry, there's too many of these races.
Southern Indoor Championships.
I get confused about. But anyways, so I did write down some of the local pro finishes that I thought was pretty cool. And and then I wanted to talk about the Arm of Fire team now that we can actually talk about it. And then we'll get to race results, because you ran races on Saturday, and I was out of town.
Yep.
And I got to go to the Salt City Challenge at High Performance Hobbies in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Yeah.
And I was hired to be race director for the second race of theirs down there. They have the Fall Classic in October, and the Salt City Challenge is usually in January. And I've been race director for both of them. And I thought, as far as that went, it couldn't have gone any better. And I want to talk about that a little bit. And then we'll get to comments. So if you got a comment or a question or something a topic you want us to talk about, you can just throw it in the comments, and we'll get to it at the end. If you want an answer right away, leave a super chat, and we'll stop everything we're doing and answer it. In fact, a super chats would be awesome, because right now I'm under the threshold for Will and I getting paid this month. So a couple super chats would probably be good, just to help us out a little bit.
We need the way I asked for people to help stay and put the track away on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like I did it like one of those Sarah McLachlan commercials.
In the arms of the angel.
Yeah, I was like, if I don't even remember, dude, I was in such a delirium. I don't even remember how I did it, but it was funny. I know that.
Well, that's good.
I think I had everybody like really concerned, and I got their attention. Oh, like something was bad, and it was like, if you could stay and help.
Funny is good. Keeping it light and funny is always good. Friday we didn't race. We got snowed out for the first time in a long time.
Snowed out.
It's probably a good idea, though. From everything, I was in Kansas, but from everything that I saw behind me, I'm sure that was a good idea.
The thing is it's not getting there; it's getting out of there, because of the way the parking lot is.
Oh yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't think about that. Like, that parking lot's like a 90-degree angle straight up.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but like when it gets snowy, blowy out, like it's hard to get out of that parking lot. I don't know. I had to get a run at it a couple of times.
Yeah. That's a nice thing about having a 4-wheel drive truck. That's why I love my truck.
I got my truck stuck down there before.
Hey, did you know that this show is brought to you by Pivot Lending Group?
It is?
Yeah, it totally is.
Wow, how can I learn more about Pivot Lending and their services?
You can look up their website, pivotlendinggroup.com or pivotlending.com. And
So they lend pivots? What do they do?
oh, they're a mortgage company.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they can get you hooked up with a refinance or a home loan, and then you can be in good debt for 30 or 15 years or less.
Or more, whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't think there's more than 30.
I hear. Oh.
I
don't plan on living that long.
But anyways,
then they're like, okay, only 15 years for this guy.
if you get a hold of Don Zoller or Aiden Olson's dad and mention our show and get hooked up with a home loan or refinance, you can get a point. Is it 0.125?
Yeah, 1/8%.
Yeah, 1/8% off your interest rate or $500 lender credit, and that usually goes towards closing costs.
If anybody's wondering what I'm doing, I'm drilling out ball cups to fit an 1/8 inch or like a heavy duty titanium turnbuckle for my gas truck, because my ball cups are all worn out on that thing already.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running that thing for what, like 8 months now with the original ball cups on it. That stuff just wears out. Ball cups are like probably the most important part of it, like easiest thing you can do on your car to make it handle good all the time or consistent. Like people take that for granted, but like that's like when somebody's car's acting weird, like my car spins out all the time. That's the first thing I go to is ball cups.
I also I changed out Emerson's when he kept popping one side off left and right, and I just changed all the ball cups out completely. Kind of started over.
On the Techno?
Yeah, on the UT, on the mini truggy.
Do you run the Techno links on that, or do you run something else?
No, we just run straight Techno stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're good. They don't necessarily. I think what happened was he popped one off, and then we never changed it, so we just kept popping the same one off.
Oh,
when I should have.
Yeah, I mean,
we should have done that a long time ago. Changed them out.
Yeah,
and he hasn't had that problem since. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, what was I saying on Friday? Oh yeah. So we left to go to Kansas. I wanted to leave at like 7 a.m, and I didn't wake up, or maybe I did wake up, and I was just like, screw it. And so we missed the ice in the morning because by the time we left, the ice had melted, and it hadn't started snowing yet. So we left in this perfect pocket of time where it wasn't ice and it wasn't snowing. And by the time we got down there, it was still pretty cold, but we had this crazy north wind, so my gas mileage down there was awesome. It was great.
That's
probably
pretty
the
sweet.
best I've had. Actually, I had like a quarter of a tank left. I can usually make it to Hutch and back on one tank in my truck, so did really good.
Yeah.
All right, let's. I want to talk about the Southern Indoor Champs real fast. So, I had a realization when I was watching the mains last night. I got home in time to watch some of the mains on Live RC, and there's basically like, I think the 8th scale realm has kind of converted to this arena racing.
Yeah.
You know
it seems to be the standard. Like, that's the only way you're going to do this. Okay, so the way I look at it is the arena racing is a guaranteed race every time.
Right, that too. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. What are you drinking there?
Kirkland's sparkling water.
Oh, okay. All right.
No beer. I haven't had beer in a while.
No beer?
I don't know. I think my beer days on the weekdays are kind of might not be that plentiful anymore.
Oh. Well, okay. So, because I was watching, they had these ads rolling for the Psycho Nitro Blast, and then if you had the let's see, what races are there? Southern Indoor Champs, Alabama, manufacturers shoot out. Is Wicked Weekend another one where they have is it the indoor?
I think it is
And
indoor. Pretty much.
Wasn't it supposed to be a sequel to the Psycho Nitro Blast? That one?
I think.
Or whatever?
I think so. Then there's Silver State.
Silver State's indoor, right?
Mm-hmm. It's that's a track that's not there. Like pretty much all these tracks are non-purpose built tracks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, they're built for racing, but they're not. You can't go there to club race. Is what I mean.
Just think of all that work.
Yeah.
I mean, holy crap! They got to build a track, and then have it all torn down when it's over within about a week and a half. Like, that's just, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, something like that.
You hit the cough button.
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome.
Whew, that was a big one.
That's a big cough.
Yep. I coughed a bunch of stuff up.
Oh, that's good.
I spit it into the trash
Honestly,
can.
it always feels better after you actually cough it up.
Yeah.
Last year,
last year
I thought I had COVID, and
turns out you just had mono.
No, I didn't have mono, but I didn't have COVID either. But I had, because I got tested for it. It was back like last November, and I was down for 3 days, and because everybody was freaking out about it, like I didn't go to work or anything, and and then I found out I didn't have COVID, and I started to feel better, so I went back to work without telling anybody, and so that was fun. But man, the last time I've been really sick was more than a year ago, and I love that feeling when you're sick, but you got like crap in your throat and you cough it up and it finally comes up and you can spit it out. It's like an overwhelming relief.
Yeah. See, like I'll have a chronic cough I've had a chronic cough since I was in high school and I got pneumonia.
Yeah.
And so like I'll get the sniffles and I'll just have this cough for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
No, I know.
But yeah, I've just been like that my whole life. Like I've just always had this weird cough.
Well, anyways, back to what I was trying to say was that it seems like these guys, this Race Time Entertainment, I've never actually been to one of their races. To be honest, I probably won't, just because I'm not really that big into 8 scale. Right? I don't travel well for 8 scale stuff. Right? Me personally.
I want to go to one.
I know.
I think I would travel well with that.
They look awesome. It's a guaranteed race. The tracks are big, so you get to actually experience what an 8 scale is capable of. I think that's why they're so popular. I think that's why a lot has to do with why, and plus how they're ran. I know Lance. Oh God, what's his last name? From Florida. I forgot his last name now. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Anyways, he's one of the race directors, and I know that he does a good job. It seemed like Lance McDonald. There we go. Sorry, had a brain fart. So I mean, I think there's a good reason why, they do get such a good turnout, and it's consistent, and the tracks are always cool. They always have some gnarly thing that nobody does.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing that I thought was really cool about like the Race Time or Psycho, is that the one?
Psycho
like
Nitro
where
Blast?
all the jumps are wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. I want to do a wood jump for us. I've been meaning
We've done it before.
I've been meaning to do one for a while where we can put it on the oval and take it off. So
the thing that I like about the wood jumps at least our track is since we run clay tires, the jump grooves up and you get this like really good grip on the jump for some reason.
Yeah, the last time we used our big 12x12 wood section, and remember it was a 10 scale race and we were doing wheelies on it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I think I flipped a car over backwards coming off that thing one time.
We might bring that back for the INS race.
Yeah.
We might have a wood section for the INS.
That or the
Protec race?
The brick section.
Oh. Bricks are hard though.
Remember?
It's a lot more work.
Oh, all right.
To lay those out. And I'm all about I'm all about limiting the amount of work I have to do now.
Yeah. That's fine.
No, I know.
The thing is like the less work you have to do something is the less you'll have to do to maintain it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So the Southern Indoor Challenge, or the SICK race, had 659 entries, 268 drivers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's everybody ran 3 classes.
I just wanted to go over a couple of the classes. E-buggy and pro buggy is what I have written down here, although I know there was more than that, but just how our guys did. So in e-buggy, you had Mayfield, Tessman, and Tyler Jones are top 3.
Yeah.
And let me get back here real quick because I forgot about Truggy. I want to look up Nitro Truggy, Southern Indoor Championship. So that was your top 3. Mason Fuller got 9th. Seth Van Dalen 12th. Jared Tebow finished 7th. So if you want to throw Jared into our locals, since he comes up so much now, he was the highest finisher in e-buggy out of the locals. Caden Fuller made the main and finished 14th, and then Jared Wiggins, who I'm still going to throw him into that group, even though he lives in Texas and hadn't been here in a while, but still, he was 15th. And then pro buggy, you had Mayfield with the win, Spencer Rivkin 2nd, and Jared Tebow finished 3rd in that one. And Jared was up there battling, trying to chase Ryan down early, and then just that track got super gnarly too, like big, huge holes.
See, I think that type of stuff would fit my driving well, like avoiding stuff instead of running necessarily the fastest line.
Yeah, you could see that they were starting to, like, at the end of the straightaway got huge holes in the inside, so they all started going to the outside, and they a lot of them would rub the wall, and ride it into the next corner. It was really sweet. Once they started, everybody was kind of shifting around trying to find the clean line so they could go fast.
That, and then there's that back section with the single, like you just like jump.
Yeah.
And Ryan or Mayfield was jumping that thing clear into that hole and landing his car in the hole.
Yeah, like
at least from what I could tell. Yeah, and so he was like using the spot where the track was blown out to make his car land. You know, I thought that was kind of cool.
That was neat. So yeah, pro buggy, Nitro. So Tebow finishing 3rd, and then out of the local group that we had, Van Dalen was 8th, Mason Fuller was 9th, Tyler Jones, who's been to the Plex quite a bit, finishing 10th. I just want to shout out to him, and then Jared Wiggins finished 11th, and Aiden Horn got the bump up and ended up 13th.
Nice.
So out of the guys who have been to the Plex and have kind of always been Plex supporters, I always like to give shout outs to them. And then I just brought up the Nitro Truggy main. So Mayfield went 3 for 3. Jared Tebow got 2nd, and Mason Fuller finished 3rd in Pro Truggy.
Man, Mayfield's still on that same tear. I hope he gets a world soon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's just been untouchable.
Ryan Lutz with his new Kyosho stuff got 4th in Truggy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think he was in the main and pro buggy too, but he was back there a little bit. Let me see. Wiggins got 7th. Aiden Horn was 9th. Let me see who else. Tyler Jones 13th, and Van Dalen looks like he broke out, but was your second qualifier, so he was really fast. So, and then did you see the tiebreaker for e-buggy?
No.
So they ran two mains, and the tiebreaker was the best time out of the 2. Instead of the last one being the tiebreaker.
Okay.
You know how so the Reedy race always used the motocross style, where if there was a tie, the finish of the last one would be the finish. But in this one, they used the best time out of the 2.
Oh.
And so Mayfield had a faster run in the first one, but he finished, I think, 3rd in the second one. Ty Tessman finished with the win, so they were tied. But the win got to Mayfield because they did it by time instead of the second moto finish, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
I don't care.
I'm not saying that's right or wrong. As long as you announce it beforehand, it doesn't really matter. Everybody knows what they're racing.
Yeah, right. As long as everybody knows how you're going to do it, then do it that way. You know?
Yeah. I mean, so that just, I mean, Ty was there, you know. It's nice to see him getting out of Canada some more.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Okay, so there you go. I just wanted to mention our local turnout for that. I looked at some of the intermediate classes and stuff. I don't think Chris Morant went to this one, so I don't think there was a whole lot to mention. You talking to your dog?
Yeah. I brought her down here so she didn't cry. Now she's crying for some reason.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Well, hang on a second because I'm thirsty and it's getting warm. Did you know that there is a Omaha-wide shortage of Mountain Dew Orange Kickstart going on right now?
They should interview you for
I had to go to 6 different gas stations today, and 5 of them were completely out and have been out for like a week.
Yeah, they should interview you, like local consumer. the local news should interview you. Like, what are we gonna do? You're like, all flipping out. It'd be funny.
I found 4 at the gas station at 90th and Fort. It's a local BP that apparently wasn't bought out by Casey's, and I found 4 of them and I bought all 4 because it might be the last ones I have. So I'm actually gonna have to like ration myself Kickstart. Kansas didn't have a problem. Everybody had one down there. Every gas station we went to in Kansas had Orange Kickstart.
It'd be funny if you were trying to make like homemade Kickstart, like with like Tang and
that's what I'm saying.
Like Mountain Dew or something.
This basically tastes like caffeinated Tang. So if it really came down to it, I could just make some Tang, and it'd basically be the same thing.
Make some Tang. Just the astronauts drink.
Get some caffeinated water and just mix in Tang.
Caffeinated water.
Make my own.
Yeah.
Kenneth Freeman says that Chris Morant did go, but he wasn't feeling well on day 2, and he is also running pro now too. He jumped back out of the intermediate class.
Ooh, exciting!
I remember him. He jumped down because he wasn't having any fun. And a lot of these places have a pro, open, and a sportsman class. And obviously, you can't run in sportsman if you have any sponsorships.
I always wondered what class I would run.
Shouldn't. And then, but he ran open. I would run open, absolutely.
Or whatever it is, intermediate, whatever they call it.
Yeah, I'm done running pro.
Like, what do you think would be expected of me to run? Or pro? I don't know.
100% AE guy probably should run pro. That's what I think. I mean that's just what I think. When I was running TLR, I mean I was 100% TLR guy for 10 years. I had to run pro. It was in the contract. You had to.
Yeah.
So, but now that I'm not sponsored by, I'm sponsored by Techno, but it's not a full ride. So, I can run open. I can run pro if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. I'd run open if it was for my level. That's just what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. What are you mad at? You look mad.
Nothing.
You're 100% AE guy, right? No?
Dude, like.
Oh, okay, fine. Why is it a secret?
I don't know. It's just like that's something we talk about.
Oh, why not?
I don't know.
You earned it. You freaking earned it. You should talk about. Obviously you don't like blare it out there, but
yeah, like can we edit that out?
Whatever. Anyways, okay, so I wanted to talk about next was the fire team. Did you watch my video? Did you?
No, I haven't watched it.
That's okay. Nobody else has watched it either. It really bums me out.
Oh. No, I did watch it. So you got views. Like you posted it and I watched it. Like I wanted to watch it so you got some views.
I was bummed out.
How many views did you get?
I only have 1.4 thousand views. That's pretty lame for a brand new product that I had access to early.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty bummed, to be honest with you. because I thought I did a
Right.
really good job. And, you know, I mean, the way I feel about it is I give information, so which is what I did. Most people might skip past it. I don't know. But then I also had some cool action stuff, and I edited it all together. And I thought my music wasn't lame, because I hate it when you watch videos and it's super lame music.
Yeah, it's like the same like generic music number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, and I told you this when you were talking to me about it the other day. It's like it's going to take time to build that up. You know,
Yeah.
like things like that, and I think that. I mean, how long has your channel been around versus the other channels that have higher views of the same item?
Yeah, I know.
So they might come up on the list before somebody for yours does. You know, even if yours drops first, just because they have more clout. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just going to take time. You just got to plug away at it. Like you know, this podcast, you know, didn't start out very big, but now we have like 10 viewers.
Yeah.
You know, we have tens of viewers. You know.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I know I shouldn't. Obviously, we can't compare to say like RC Driver, or even Scale Builders Guild. Those guys have been around for a long time. They're well respected. They have tons of views on just about everything they do.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I have a video on the Arma Infraction that I did when it first came out. The Plex got one sent to us as like a pre. It wasn't for the channel. We just got one so that people could look at it. It was a standard thing that Horizon was doing. I made a video on it, and within like a week, it had 21,000 views.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh man, this is going to be good, because I got this one earlier than all the other stores are even going to get theirs. I had to wait till Thursday to have it come out, and I thought I'd have more views. But my sister did bring up a point that I put tactical unit. So I looked at all the other videos, and all their titles say Arma Fire Team 1/7th, but they put assault vehicle.
Oh.
But mine said Arma 1/7 scale tactical unit, because that's what it said. Like if you look at the logo, it says Fire Team Tactical Unit, right? Well, she said that maybe the word tactical was getting me shadow banned.
Oh. I could see that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I went in there tonight and I changed it. I changed it to assault vehicle, which I don't know.
See,
why.
I
don't know what the
would
difference
think
would be.
assault would be more of a red flag than
Exactly.
Tactical, but I don't know. It's
don't know
whatever
how
you make of it.
Yeah, you don't know how that stuff works. So,
Mhm.
so I changed the title. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But, anyways, so if you're watching now and you haven't watched it yet, go watch it and make a comment and give it a like so that it gets higher up on the algorithm. That'd be awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I ask. It is cool. The Plex has one to show off now, so I have mine. That's actually my truck. Like they gave that to me, so I get to play with it now. I'm gonna make another video of just doing.
Yeah. What are you complaining about? You got a free truck out of the deal, you know.
I know, but
always wanting more.
Still, it's the views, man. But I also don't want to do like the crappy clickbait stuff. Like I could have made Gretchen dressed in a bikini holding the truck. I probably would have gotten more views.
Dude, do it next time, man. That'd be funny. You should do that. That or just like get like I don't know, go to what's the one, the Playhouse? Go to the Playhouse and rent a couple girls.
Hey, I'll give you
Stand
$50 if you hold this and I can take your picture.
Yeah, you should do it.
No,
dude,
totally.
I would go with you. That'd be hilarious. We should do it.
Oh man,
we'd get the views.
No, I know we would.
We should do it. That'd be great.
I know.
Couple of chubby guys, you know, like us.
Hey, could you just come out here and hold this for like 2 seconds and let us get a picture of you?
What we do is we call ahead and just tell them what we need. I'm sure they'd charge us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like probably charge us for 3 lap dances or something, and then and if you don't know what the Playhouse is, it is a gentleman's establishment in the tri-state area, and we've been there.
Not lately, but
yeah, not lately. It's been what 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Because we went there for my bachelor party.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, we should do that. That'd be hilarious. That, and we should try and get like a Playhouse sponsorship for our cars.
Oh, that would never go over very well.
You don't think
I
so?
agree, but I don't know if that would go over very well.
Oh, all right.
You know, we got to keep it. We got to keep ourselves family oriented.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm actually surprised. We've let some cuss words slip on this show every once in a while, and I'm surprised I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, yeah, WFO. We're family oriented. That's what that stands for. People think it means wide F and open, but it's we're family oriented.
Family oriented. All right. What else can we flip to here?
I don't know.
You got me all buggered up now. And now I feel
Why?
bad. I feel bad. Now I feel like
For
a jerk.
what? For what?
For mentioning your status. I didn't know you wanted to keep that secret.
Yeah, it's supposed to be secret.
No. Whatever. Nobody watches this show anyways. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to delete it.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, you want to talk about Saturday?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Go ahead. This is I wasn't there, so this is on you.
Well, Saturday we raced carpet.
I can bring the results up.
Carpet off-road. We had, I think 56 entries, something like that. Probably 23 people. No, maybe more people than that. I'm going to say a solid 30.
And that was with a blizzard.
Yeah. So, it wasn't too bad. We got done at 6:30, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And plenty of people helped put the track away. Everybody did a great job corner marshaling after their races. It was just a really smooth day. The transponders didn't work some of the time, like their personals didn't count all the time, and it was like the 21.5 main was like the worst one, where like 5 people missed laps. But I don't know. I don't know. It was just like random.
Do you think though that because with the way they have the track right now is it comes around, so the loop is here, and the track comes around, and it comes by the loop on this side. Do you think that maybe the lap cutoff did it only do it in certain classes, or was it every class?
I think it was only certain classes, but now that you mention it, though, it's entirely possible that they could have been double looping it. And
right.
That's why.
Exactly. So I've noticed that if I don't have it set right, and because it changes every week, because it all depends on the track layout. But if you're coming around, if I don't have it set right, and you're coming around this way, and you get the loop on this side, but then you come around here and you pass the loop here, it won't count that. And then if you come here and you miss this, and you're too far to the inside on this one, then you come around here, and then you get this one. So that lap is like twice as long.
Yeah.
I bet you that's what happened.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about that, but I bet you that's what happened.
That could be the problem, because I don't think it was the loop. And I was looking at people's cars like to see like where they had their transponder. It's like, I have mine there, like there's a spot for it there, so it should work just fine. Other than looking to see the number of hits that they were getting or something like that, I didn't do that. But that was probably the only hiccup in the day. I tried running 7 mod 2 wheels together, and those guys just couldn't handle it. So, like, for a qualifier to drop a heat. Yeah. But because I figured, they're all in the main anyway. But I ended up splitting them up for the second one. But it was just chaos out there.
Mod 2-wheel drive is always tough because there's usually either like 7 drivers or 9 drivers.
Yeah.
And so it's tough because 7 drivers in a qualifier, depending on who's in it, can be fine, or it can be really bad. And 9 drivers in a main can be fine, or it can be really bad. It's always that's always a tough one for me.
The option lane was pretty cool, but I don't think anybody used the outside really that I could tell. But the tiles, though, I mean, you should keep bringing back the tiles. I was calling that the kitchen floor
Yeah.
section of the track, and it caught on well.
Yeah, we actually got a comment that the kitchen floor section was cool.
Yeah.
So that section was supposed to be completely covered with white.
Oh, really?
I was gonna try it first, and then see if it made a difference. Like if you could get away with having them staggered like that, or if in order to make it slower or more dangerous to go through there, if you had to have it actually covered. But because we ran out of tape, I didn't have a chance to, so I just left and went with it.
Yeah. No, it worked out good. Like, guys were loving that thing because you could like pitch your car a little bit sideways on it and slide around that corner, and it was pretty neat. Like Ethan Delaire was hitting it perfect like every time.
Really?
But yeah,
cool.
Then I kept calling that section the kitchen floor, and then like I always forget like how fast the laps are, how fast the cars are going, because it's just like you have to be on it to announce like traffic and things like that.
Yeah, it's tough.
So hopefully everybody bared with me and everything was fine. But it was a good day. I mean, I'd do it again. You know, everybody, like I said, everybody was really doing their part, marshaling when they're supposed to, and getting right out there to corner marshal. And volunteers were not in short supply. You know, Jason Haley was out there quite a bit volunteer marshaling for me. So shout out to him.
Well, you had Plex Spec, A main. Looks like there was just 4 of them today. On Saturday. Connor Hausch ran one more time just to make sure that he didn't get messed up in the points in any way.
Yeah.
And got the TQ in a win, kind of by a lot. It's time for him to get out of there.
Yeah, I would say so.
He's going to get the first place plaque, and that'll be kind of like a summer series for him. Like he's not allowed to race anymore in Plex Spec.
Yeah. You graduated. Congratulations.
Jamie Peevler got second by a couple laps over Sawyer, Haley, and Jamison Conrad. And you put Jamie in under the wrong name.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Sorry.
There was 2 Jamies. So it's in there in the right way and the wrong way. And one thing about Lifetime, there's no real way to delete a name, I've noticed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Okay, yeah, I figured that's what happened when I saw Dave Peebler made that comment that Jamie didn't get points.
Yeah.
And I was like, ah.
Yeah, I knew right away.
Yeah, I picked the wrong one.
Yeah, I knew right away what the deal was. He should have told you. You could have went in and changed it.
Yeah.
Oh well. I can fix it. But I think that second place finish there secures Jamie for second in the points.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Good for him bringing home some hardware.
We'll see. Because I'm positive that Sanders wasn't there because he had to do snow. Because that's his job. That's his job.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he got screwed that day. But if he comes next week, I think Caden might have a shot at second still.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because that's their 3rd miss, so they're still in the points overall.
Yeah.
Mod 4-wheel drive?
Yeah, they went. I wasn't even gonna run it, and who is it? John Bearding wanted to still run it, so Ethan and Caden could still get laps like on their cars. So it was just kind of like a practice for them. So I don't know. I don't know if they cared about the points in it or not, but I pretty much just hit the go button and that was my.
Honestly, there's not even a point series for them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because they haven't been enough. Good. But 12-3 for fast lap for Caden, I saw.
Yeah, that's what they were doing, was trying to see who could get hot lap.
Nice. So. Stadium truck A main. Hey, there's 4 stadium trucks.
Yeah, I was surprised. That was pretty cool.
Chance Rolk with another TQ and win. TJ Williams 2nd. Tyler Brinkerhoff 3rd, and Andrew Thomas 4th. Did Andrew paint his body yet?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, he did. I believe so. Yeah, he did.
The first time he ran his truck, I made fun because his body wasn't painted yet.
Yeah, I think he even put the window masks in. He wasn't like the guy with with the
solid
windows painted.
Yeah. And then Expert Stock had Chance Rolk getting the TQ and a win. Tyler Brinkerhoff from the 4 to the 2. John Berding 3rd. Poteet was 4th. Daniel Bender was 5th. Joe Schnoes 6th. Jana Peevler 7th. And Phil Palmer was 8th. Mod 2-wheel drive had Ethan Delaire with the TQ and a win. I'm pretty sure that locks him up now for sure for the Syndicate. Caden Berding got 2nd. Looks like a lap ahead of Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson qualified 7th?
Yeah, he struggled. I fixed his steering in his car, and his slipper before the main, and his car was a lot better.
Okay. Well, he finished 3rd, and that's important because I'm looking at the points. I think I have to finish 3 spots in front of him now to get 2nd overall.
Ooh.
So if he would have kept struggling in the main, that would have been good for me.
Well, and he wasn't even good. I think his practice was the first round.
Oh.
I don't think he wasn't even planning on racing, and he decided to race. So.
Oh, okay. David Peevler was 4th. Mitchell Pavel 5th. Cody Lenners was 6th, and Brian Burnt looks like he busted out. And that hurts because he and I and Jackson are all kind of battling for that 2nd overall position. So
yeah,
that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
13.5 4-wheel drive had David Peevler TQ and a win.
Yeah, his stuff was looking good. He was running a Reedy motor, Reedy battery, Reedy speed controller now, and
nice.
He was telling me he really worked over that Reedy motor, and he got the what am I thinking here? The numbers on the analyzer, like all the same.
Oh.
Shimmed it, and the internal resistance was good. Was getting like a lot of good amp draw out of that motor, and that thing had a lot of power all the way through the race. I watched it, and his 13.5 motor and his 13.5 car looked really good. With the Reedy stuff. So
John Berding was 2nd. Chance Rolk was 3rd. Tyler Brinkerhoff was 4th. Wyatt Lenners was 5th. Andrew Thomas was 6th. Jana Peevler was 7th, and Ronnie Wint was 8th. And then independent buggy. This one is the points thing is tight between all these guys. It's really fun to watch. And I saw this and I was like, "What, dude? Andrew Thomas qualified 7th and won it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was doing really good too.
That's awesome.
Pretty in pink.
That is really awesome. Bender with a 2nd place finish. Jake Poteet was 3rd. TJ Williams was 4th. Lance Murray was 5th. Ronnie Wint was 6th. Phil Palmer was 7th, and I guess Joe broke out. He was your TQ.
Yeah, he broke out.
Darn it.
I know I saw where he broke, but I can't remember it.
And so I think that let me get to the right page here. You got a cough button, I got a burp button.
Yeah.
So if you just what you were going to say?
No, I just went boip.
So looking at the points in independent, and then we'll take our pivot break and then we'll come back.
Okay.
But I think that breakout unfortunately puts Joe out of the running for the win, and it looks like TJ Williams is going to have himself the independent buggy syndicate trophy.
Really?
Yeah. He's got a 8-point lead over Daniel Bender, and if you count all the races, it's a 10-point lead. Bender has a 1-point lead over Joe Schnoes, so that'll be the real race to watch next week. Phil Palmer is 5 points out of 3rd, and we're only giving plaques for top three because it's just a regular. We don't charge anything different or extra for the syndicate, so it's just a top 3 sort of deal. Josh McMullen, who was in Topeka Arena Cross this weekend, that's why he wasn't there. Looks like he's got 5th kind of locked up. Ronnie Wint Lance Murray, Andrew Thomas, Jason Haley, and Roger Nemec will fill out the top 10. We'll see if that holds up as more will go on next week. If you look at mod two-wheel drive, Ethan Delaire, I believe, has it in the bag. He does have 3 misses, so basically three. He's got 3 misses. Like he wasn't there for 2 October races and a November race, so he still has to show up and race next week. But it's basically he's got like I'm looking at it, a 17-point lead over Jackson Anderson.
Woo!
So, he could finish last, and it wouldn't really matter. He's just got to finish.
Yeah.
Jackson has 2 points over me. I've got 3 points over Brian Burnt. So that's second, third, and fourth. And Caden Bairding also is tied with Brian Burnt for 4th place or 5th place, 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. It's not over till it's over. And, if we get, let's say Alex races next week and we can talk Dustin into coming and racing next week, have a few more drivers in there, maybe an A and B main. Things could get interesting if somebody has a bad day. So,
yeah.
let's move on to Plex Beck. Like I said, Connor Hausch has it locked up. He's got 800 points, so he's way past the magic number. Carson Sanders right now. Let's see. Carson Sanders is shown in second with 280 or 587, but if we add in a 99 to Jamie Peevler, let me do some math here. Math is hard. So 100 would be 592, and then you take away 1 is 591. So 591 for Jamie. So he does have a little bit of lead over Carson for second and third. And then Ryan Emick is 4th, and then Sawyer, Isabella, and Jamie Peevler. And those have been the Plexers that are they've been coming the whole time pretty much, which is great.
Yeah.
Expert stock shows Chance Rolk with about a 6-point lead now over Mike Sanders. Mike Sanders has got 4 points over John Bairding, and then John Bairding's got 10 over Jake. So top 3's kind of figured out already. It's just a matter of getting that last race in. Jake Poteet, Joe Schnoes, Corey Tannehill, Jana Peevler, TJ Williams, Daniel Bender, and Phil Palmer round out the top 10. And then if we go over here to Stadium Truck, you got Chance Rolk, TJ Williams, and Jake Poteet. They're separated all pretty kind of by a lot on points, so that one's kind of figured out. And then 13-5 Wheeler, Chance Rolk again with about 7 points over Mike Sanders. John Bairding is 1 point off of Mike for second, and then they got a 8-point lead over David Peevler for third. So top 3 kind of figured out on that one as well. Let's see. David, Ronnie, Andrew, Lance, Jana, Travis, and Joe Schnoes. That's your top 10. And that'll be the syndicate for this year. Be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. I'll talk about how the Salt City Challenge went when we come back.
Okay.
All right.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This is a Pivot Lending Update with David Olson and Don Zoller. Get some.
Hi, this is David Olson with Pivot Lending Group, and today we want to talk about the Lock and Shop program that we brought back to you guys in May. And it's important today because interest rates are on the rise. The Fed is determined that they are going to potentially raise interest rates at least 2 to 3 times this coming year. And within the dynamics of our industry, we have some quantitative easing that's going to be pulled back. So currently, the Treasury has conservatorship over Fannie Mae, and they are purchasing in the mortgage world, mortgage-backed securities at a certain rate, a pretty fast rate. And that purchase program has really helped to create a market for mortgage-backed securities over the last probably decade, and has been one of the big catalysts for driving interest rates down. And it's been announced that not only are they looking to raise interest rates, they're looking to pull back on the purchasing of mortgages, which means that it will be more driven, rates will be driven by the private sector. And inevitably, that means the rate of return that a private investor is going to want over the government right now is going to be substantially higher. In addition to the quantitative easing being restricted or being pulled back, we also have inflation. And so inflation now, decade over decade, we're seeing inflation move out of that transitory conversation and actually hit the kitchen table economics as far as gas, bread, butter. And with inflation comes higher interest rates, higher returns on everything across the financial industry. So between the inflationary environment, the quantitative easing environment, and then the rates in conjunction with the inflation, we're going to be in a different world altogether as far as rates this time next year. So why am I talking about the Shop and Lock program? It allows you to lock in as we see rates moving up dramatically month over month this coming year and even into 2023. You're going to have the ability for $500 to come into our office, complete an application, get pre-approved, and then lock your interest rate, even without finding a home yet. And you'll have 60 days, so 2 months to find a home. Once you find a home, you have 30 days to close on that home. So for $500, we're going to basically give you 90 days to secure that interest rate. We guarantee that we'll close it within 30 days if you can guarantee you can find the home within 60 days. Once we close, or during that closing process, we will give you a lender credit for the $500. We'll take that $500 off of your closing cost so that it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket to lock that interest rate, use that program. If you do not find anything outside of that period, then there's the $500 charge. Now, that being said, some people are going to say, well, in this market, you can't find a house in 60 days. You'll be surprised how many houses, what the inventory starts to look like here over the next 12 months. With rates going up, the purchasing power is going to go down, and you're going to see people that are sliding outside of those debt ratio parameters or just not qualifying within a higher rate environment. And so there are going to be fewer buyers, and that's going to allow you more time to look at the inventory that's out there. So the positive of a higher rate environment and all the things we're talking about, as well as the Shop and Lock program, does benefit the folks out there that have been out of the market and unable to find anything or put cash down to be that cash buyer. So we're excited to see the opportunities will be growing for that sector of the consumer market here in 2022. So Shop and Lock program is fantastic for you guys. Let me know if I can help. Give me a call, 402-881-5951. Shoot me a text. Just make sure that you put your name on there and the best way to reach you, whether it's via text or email. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
David Olson, NMLS 16099. Don Zoller, NMLS 277589. Pivot Lending, NMLS 109995.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Jackson and Derek are having an argument on our chat about last week, or I guess Derek is. I got some text from him while I was getting ready for the high performance hobbies race, and I didn't write back. I was just like, okay, well, I'll figure it out later. I'll let them deal with it.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Anyways, thought that was kind of funny. Oh my God, I just saw something on my Instagram. There's Be My Valentine snack cakes are up from Little Debbie.
Yeah.
How can Little Debbie Be My Valentine snack cakes be up, but everybody's out of Orange Kickstart?
They probably just have them from last year. They probably never go bad. They probably made all of the Little Debbie snack cakes in 1957, and they just repackage them every year.
There's so much preservatives in them. God.
I haven't had one of those
Oh, I love them.
in probably like 10 years.
They're the best.
I don't think I have. Okay, so what turned me completely off to those is when I was in trade school, there's this big fat guy like sitting on the lunchbox outside of the welding department. I used to go outside with all the smokers because that was pretty much everybody but me, and visit or whatever. And as there's this big giant fat guy propped up against the wall sitting on his lunchbox. He had like 2 of those zebra cakes. I think they were stacked on top of each other, and he was eating them both at the same time. I was like, I just can't do those ever again in my entire life. I just can't. And this was working out, driving full size race cars, 20-year-old Will.
I
was
love
like, I'm done. I'm done with that waxy frosting and the cake that is like a sponge, and
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
My vice is zingers. I love zingers. Vanilla zingers. So it's just like a Twinkie except they got frosting on them and they're a little bit more square.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
Jamie always used to eat those Swiss rolls.
Yeah, Swiss rolls are okay. Swiss rolls you can like peel apart and eat them. You peel a Swiss roll apart.
I just can't get into that stuff. I just can't even look at it anymore.
You know what's hard to find is chocolate pies.
Yeah,
They're always fruit. I don't like the fruit pies. I want chocolate pudding pies.
I've never been into those.
Those are the bomb. I always took them. I'd eat the first bite or two, and then I'd take it and I'd tongue out the chocolate until it was
you put
empty.
like a straw in it, like Wayne's World. Yeah. I don't even like there's donuts at the track. Like I don't even eat those.
Cake donuts.
I just feel like garbage after I eat a donut.
See, my parents were bakers, right? Both my parents were bakers. They owned a bakery back in the 90s. And so one of the reasons why I was a short, chubby kid was because I ate the product.
Yeah.
They used to make these amazing sugar cookies. And I used to just take them and just, like, in one bite, I would literally do this. It would go in my mouth. I didn't even have to chew them because they were so soft and good that you could just, like, let them dissolve in your mouth.
Yeah.
And then we had a little refrigerator, and we used to sell chocolate milk, the little chocolate milk you get at school. We used to sell those for like 50 cents. The milk guy would come and fill them up every morning. I would drink like 6 of those.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to pay for them because my parents owned the place, so I just ate the product. So, but I kind of got away from eating all that stuff because of that reason. Like my parents, we were around that stuff all the time. But lately, like Casey's has really good cake donuts, so I'll get a donut from Casey's because it's fairly fresh and frosting. It's good stuff. I still don't like fried donuts though. I'm still not a big glazed donut guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's a reason why I'm pre-diabetic now. Apparently.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You should probably lay off the donuts.
I know.
It's up to you. I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
I know. It'll all work itself out once it gets spring again. I can go ride my bike more and exercise.
Who said you're pre-diabetic?
My doctor.
Like a doctor told you this, and this isn't just like a funny gag?
It's not a funny gag. Last year from my physical after the blood work, I was dangerously close to being pre-diabetic. And then this year, I had my blood work done a couple weeks ago. When I got my booster, and the results came back, and I was at that same level. I'm like 1 decimal point off of being pre-diabetic, not full diabetic, just pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, just watch what you eat,
Yeah.
I still have pizza and whatever. I just don't have as much, and like what I eat during the week is relatively clean.
The thing is, I don't really think I eat that bad. I mean, I stopped eating out as much.
Yeah.
When I do eat out, it's usually a Jimmy John's or something.
Yeah. You get the bread taken out at least, like the scoop out.
The what?
Yeah. Like they'll take the soft part of the bread out, so you just eat the crust.
Oh.
Like you can get that. You can get it that way.
Really?
James Jonathan. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Or you can get the unwich that's wrapped
Yeah,
in
I
lettuce.
tried the unwich. I know.
It's just like a crime against humanity, honestly.
I
But
tried it.
but like that's just like one of your things. Like you just had like you gotta like limit those mouth pleasures.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life.
I know it's fine. It's fine. I've been going to personal training for my back. That's been a big.
Physical therapy.
Yeah, that's been a big help.
Yeah.
She took this thing. Did I talk about that last week? Where she took this like big metal thing and like basically raked my muscles with it, and it hurt immensely.
Yeah.
But afterwards, it felt amazing.
Do they do the suction cup thing where they put they take they put oil on your back and then they put the flame inside of a cup, like a glass cup and like a jar, and they stick it down and they roll it back? That's where it's at because it's sucking all the junk out of your muscles. You've never seen that before?
I haven't.
Huh.
I've seen. You're talking about cupping, right? When all the like swimmers do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't. See, I knew talking about my health would bring up Derek Wood back into the mix because he just posted. I'm sure Mountain Dew Kickstart is great for your pancreas.
Oh.
I'm sure it is. I'm gonna keep drinking. Because if I don't drink one of these by about noon, I am a giant butthole.
Should switch to black coffee.
I do like Monster Energy Mean Bean. That is good stuff.
Yeah,
But it has way more sugar than this does, though.
I'm telling you though, like just switch to that black coffee, man. You'd be surprised how much better you feel.
Yeah. My dad's
I don't know.
My dad was a big black coffee guy. He drank out of the same coffee cup every single day, and it's the grossest coffee cup I've ever seen in my entire life because it was just the black residue of the years and years and years of drinking out of the same coffee cup just remained behind no matter how many times you washed it.
Yeah, I can't. I'm surprised you don't have just like a coffee maker at the Plex.
Actually, there is a Keurig there. A Keurig? Is that right?
Yeah, use that, man. Get after it. It'd be good for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just get so set in my ways.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's a lifestyle change, you know, like, and you know, I don't do everything, but I'm not like some saint.
Yeah.
But you know, you clean up some of the stuff. I mean, you're not competing for the Olympics, right?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so the race that I went to was the Salt City Challenge at High Performance Hobbies in Hutchinson, Kansas. For those of you guys that don't know, so basically what happened was in Region 8, right? A little history lesson here.
Mm-hmm.
So Region 8, which is Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, had like home bases for all these different groups. And some were faster than others. Or some, you know, like you had a St. Louis group, and that was with Chris Baumgartner, Rod Rippey, Wayne Schneider, I think his name was. Boy, it's been a while. I might have to look that one up again. Anyways, it doesn't matter. And now it's, you know, there's a new crop of dudes, but Brad Dean, he's from St. Louis, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, then you had Kansas City, and with like Chad Parks and Dave Alberico when he moved to Kansas City. I'm trying to think of other fast guys from back in the day, but I'm blanking on it. Then you had like Des Moines, and you had the Des Moines guys. So there was like John Leback before he moved to Albuquerque. He was the first sponsored guy I'd ever met. He was sponsored by Associated, and then Omaha. Omaha had Dennis Johnson and Tom Smith, who races now again. Jerry Doherty. This is, you know, back in the 90s and stuff. And then you had your Hutch guys. And the Hutch guys were really fast. They were probably the fastest. Out of the entire group, they were probably the fastest. So when they showed up to your race, you were like, oh, crap. These guys are going to go. So in Hutch, you had Cody Jankovic, Tyler Perry. You had Tony Leatherman, obviously. Donovan Creel. God, I can't. I hope I'm getting his last name right. You had Eric Larson. You had Ken Peterson. All those guys. So, the funny thing is we're all still around. Most of us are all still around. Obviously, Cody passed away this summer, which totally sucks. But so now when we go to these races and we're in the 40-plus class, we're all racing each other still, you know?
Yeah.
So, but Hutch went from the TQ Pro Shop, which was Cody Jandrakovic's dad's track, and then when his dad retired and it got sold off and it became High Performance Hobbies, and they moved it from kind of a I guess you could call it downtown Chillicothe, downtown Hutch, kind of to a little bit cheaper location to manage and stuff off to the I guess the east side of town, and that's where it's been ever since. And so they've had the Fall Classic, which began its life in the 80s, and then the Salt City Challenge, which I remember going to back in the early 2000s. They might have had it before then too, but they basically had their two big races. And that's where I was at, was the second one, the Salt City Challenge. And we had a lot of fun. It was good. It was a full race. There was 136 entries. You had a couple things going on. One was the weather. Two was a couple competing races, because Chili Bowl, for instance, took a whole bunch of off-road guys that would normally come to that one, and they're racing that instead.
Right.
And then you had some COVID issues. Some of the guys that were planning on coming all of a sudden got the Omicron, so they were out. And but still, 136 entries, still not terrible. You know, I mean, put in perspective, our ProTech race last year, it didn't crack 200, did it?
No, I don't think so. I think it was 170.
Yeah. So I mean, that's right in that wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So I got hired to go down there and be the race director for the second big race in a row that they had. And got there on Friday. Last time they asked me why I didn't race, and I'm like, well, because I'm getting paid to run your race. I don't want to be distracted or anything, or expect, you know, somebody to fill in for me who's not, you know, part of the deal. And it seemed like it was weird that I didn't race. So this time I brought my new car. I also brought Emerson along so that he could basically prep my car so I didn't have to worry about it. And then I raced 40 plus, and he raced 13 5-wheeler with our Techno EB410. And dude, I got to tell you, Emerson really impressed me this weekend. He actually gave a crap, and he practiced a lot. And we made some changes to the car because he was lacking some steering, and we worked on it a little bit on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Got the car to turn the way he liked it, and then he just wheeled it, man. He had a shot to have TQ a few times, and just a wreck here and there kind of kept him from doing that. And then qualified second, and he won the first main, and probably should have won the second main, but he wrecked while he was leading. And then in warm-up, he broke his car for the third main. And I was telling him all morning, I'm like, he wanted to go practice in the morning when we got there. And I'm like, dude, don't, you're going to break your car. And we don't have very many parts for it. They didn't have parts for techno stuff down there. So I'm like, if you break your car and it's something that we don't have, you're done. You do realize that, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to break it. I'm like, okay. Well, he goes out there in the warm-up for the last race, and he misses the big jump, and he goes off to the left, and he hits the driver's stand, and he busts the whole side of his car off. And we
broke everything you don't have.
No, it was an A-arm. It was an A-arm that broke, but he also bent the drive shaft. And so I was like, well, we have the A-arm, but we don't have a drive shaft, so I guess you're done. Well, then Connor Herrick let him run his 13.5 car.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Super nice of him. He's like, he's like, it just needs a battery and tires. And I'm like, well, okay, let's go.
We have all of those things.
Yep. So we put it on. You know, it didn't take too long. I looked at the computer. It took like 4 minutes extra. And he went out there. He took a practice lap, and he ended up finishing second that race. And he still had a shot to win. Easton McCormick, who won the whole thing, crashed on the last lap. And Emerson probably should have gotten around him there, but he ran into the corner marshal. Like, the corner marshal went out to get Easton, knowing the situation, and then was trying to get out of the way, and Emerson guessed wrong. Instead of going this way, he went this way, and he
Yeah.
basically ran into the corner marshal and bounced out of the track.
Ah,
Yeah. So, but who knows what could have happened if it was actually his car too,
right.
Um,
Yeah. Being able to pick up somebody else's car and just wheel it to a potential win is a pretty big deal.
I was expecting him to drop down to like 5th or 6th. I was like, well, just go out there and run your race. And you could tell it was probably had more steering than he was used to, because the Technos don't have a lot of inherent steering in the car. Even with the changes we made to it, we moved the shocks out.
Yeah.
And went to a softer spring, and it didn't. It helped, but it doesn't have the B74 level of just absolute steering.
Yeah.
But still, I'm super proud of him. And even though I got kind of mad at him for breaking his car, again, he likes to break stuff. So
Yeah.
but whatever.
That'll just come with time, He's probably gonna get sick and tired of breaking his stuff all the time and not break it.
Yep. So really happy for him. I was really proud of him, and it was fun to watch him actually care. Because lately, for the while there, he kind of just didn't. He doesn't
doing
really,
donuts with his 2-wheel out in the parking lot before his
he just
race and
doesn't,
making his tires bald.
Yeah, exactly. But it was nice to see that, and he was on silver slicks all weekend too.
Ooh.
And the track did something weird. So because of the cold, it lost quite a bit of grip, and so I tried slicks on 2-wheel, and that was not the right thing to do.
You're on silver or gold?
I had golds. No, I'm sorry, silvers. They were silvers.
I saw Nick Gibson's post. The golds are pretty good.
Yeah. Well, what happened was it warmed up on Sunday.
Yeah.
And in doing so, the Hutch track went back to being the Hutch track. Way more grip on Sunday than there was on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I probably could have ran slicks, but by that time I was like, I don't want to.
You're already
anything.
committed?
Yeah. So luckily I brought my Summer Series tires on my car. And I had gold dirt web fronts and the same gold dirt web rears that I ran the last round of the Summer Series.
Yeah.
And I just ran those. I sauced them up and went out there and ran them, and they were fine. And you could hear the tire slapping thing.
Yeah, they bark.
Yeah. And I was telling Emerson, so funny. I was telling Emerson, I was like, hey, man, I'm like, don't ruin those tires. Those we don't have any more tires. And Steve, he's the owner of the place. He's like, I got tires. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I know. We'll buy tires if we need them.
Yeah.
But we didn't need them. It was fine.
Yeah.
And then, so then I ran 40 plus. And like I said, practice, I tried slicks, didn't like them. Went back to my Summer Series tires. The lap times were there. My car was straight out of the box, brand new. Selling V2 white springs everywhere. And I made a couple changes. I went to V1 grays. And
in the rear or front?
In the rear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just I needed a V2 spring, and that was the only thing I had in my box. So
yeah.
And then I ran I think V1 yellow. No, V2 yellow in the front.
Huh.
That's a pretty hard spring, right?
It's up there.
Yeah. So I ran that in the front and went out there again for practice, and car was better. And then I just was like, all right, I'm going to leave it alone. And it took a while to get up to speed. Mac TQ'd round 1. I think Eric Larson TQ'd round 2 because both Mac and I kind of blew out.
Yeah.
And then round 3 I TQ'd, and then I TQ'd round 4. And then the first main was just me kind of being a little cautious, making sure I didn't make any dumb, typical Alex Sturgeon mistakes when I have a TQ in a 40-plus race. And that worked out because I just sort of stayed where I was, and everybody kind of battled behind me, and the next thing you know, the race was over. And then the second main was weird because Emerson was announcing for me. Owen announced the first one and was saying what was going on. He's doing a really good job. I should have had him announce the second one because Emerson really didn't say much, so nobody really knew where everybody was at. And I got pounded on a little bit by some lap traffic, and I didn't exactly know where second place was at the time or who was even in second place.
Yeah.
I assumed it was Mac or Eric or Ken, but I didn't know. And so when I caught up to a group of cars, they were battling for a position. I didn't want to screw them up. And so I kind of was letting off a little bit, kind of just slowing down to let them battle. And then I would pick my way through it. Well, the next thing you know, with like 3 laps left in the race, Emerson announces that I'm no longer leading. That Rock is leading. There's a dude named Rock, and I can't remember his full name. I'll look it up. But anyways, I was like, what? What's going on here? And so I had to pass him on like the second to last lap, and he didn't know where he was either. Rock Lee, that's his name. And he didn't know where he was either, so he let me go thinking that I was lapping him.
Oh.
And so it all kind of worked out. But I was like, I got super lucky I didn't have to run A3 because I probably should have, but because I was being extremely nice and cautious. And I still ended up plowing to the back of Ken Peterson too on the straightaway.
Yeah.
So I felt kind of bad about that.
Yeah.
But I did think I was lapping him. I might not have been, actually, but nobody knew.
I don't know.
Nobody knew.
Yeah.
So it was one of those weird deals. And I told Emerson he's fired. Like, you're not allowed to announce anymore.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Riley Filbert just put, I run V2 yellow on carpet, LOL. And the thing is, like, you can bring a carpet setup to Hutchinson. There's usually so much grip.
Yeah.
Like the last time I was there racing a car, which was last year, I kind of wished I had my carpet car with as much grip as there was.
Right.
Because I remember my car wanting to flip over all the time. So, anyways. So there was that, and then I didn't have to run the third one, which was nice. And, dude, I mean, you know, we started at 9 a.m. on Sunday with bump-ups and AAA mains. I think there was 8 lower mains to run through for bump-ups. We were done by 3 o'clock. I got home at 8. It was beautiful.
It's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, it was great.
I love races like that, man. You get to travel to another track, and you're home in time for dinner. You know.
And we ran through 4 qualifiers on Saturday. We were done before 9 o'clock.
I guess. Yeah. Get to go to Hooters. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish. We were done at 8:30 actually, 8:37 or something like that.
Did you go eat somewhere?
Yeah, Hutchinson doesn't have a Hooters. Sorry.
What
Wichita.
do they got?
Wichita had one. They don't have one anymore. So Hutchinson, they don't have much of anything. They have an Applebee's.
Did you go to Applebee's?
We did go to Applebee's.
Did you get a microwave steak?
No, but I had half price
Wings?
wings. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And then I got to go to the hotel. Oh! I got to tell you one story. I got to go to the hotel and watch Supercross.
Oh,
so I was really happy. That was Saturday was a good day. Not only did I get 4 rounds of qualifying in, I got to race. My son got to race, but we got to go to the hotel and watch Supercross from start to finish.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know that's what a lot of guys were talking about at our track, is that we were getting out of there in time to get back to Des Moines, even, or Sioux City or wherever the heck, and watch some Supercross.
Yep. And on top of that, so the hotel had cable, obviously, so I could watch it on regular TV. But I was last year I was bummed out because we had to get NBC Sports or whatever in order to watch it, and I didn't want to pay that much money, so I just sort of watched on the YouTube. Like the YouTube ones before they got taken off the air or whatever. Anyways, my wife actually got a Peacock account, so now I can actually watch Supercross whenever I want to.
Ooh, yeah, we have that, I think.
So I was happy.
I don't know. We have enough. We have enough like streaming services. It might as well just be cable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I got to cancel my Paramount Plus account now that South Park.
You've watched the one thing you wanted to watch on it.
South Park's gonna be back February 2nd. For their 25th season.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too, actually.
And that's on regular TV, so I should be able to watch it on their South Park studios.
Yeah.
So, funny story before we get to the comments. So the hotel, the last time back in October when I went there, remember when I had told you that the window didn't lock?
Yeah, did you get the same room?
No, I didn't get the same room. So, so this time, the window didn't lock. The TV didn't work. The TV was actually cut. Like the cable thing on the TV. The TV was there, but the TV cord was literally cut. So I had no TV, and the window didn't lock. And I didn't say anything because the room was paid for anyways, and I was just like, I'm just here to sleep. But I like hugged everything I own in bed with me. I like snuggled with it because I didn't want some crackhead to break in and rip me off or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time we had the room above us, and the first thing I did was walk over to the window, and there's no way anybody could break in because we're above ground now, right? And the window actually did lock. And then the TV actually worked, so I was really happy there. We got in Saturday after eating out at Applebee's. We walked in Saturday, and Emerson got himself situated for bed, and my wife's got us ingrained to A, always check for bed bugs, B, never walk on the floor barefoot, don't put our bags on the floor. So my son has done all these things, and I'm used to not caring about that sort of thing. But even
you just like walk in the door and you start taking all your clothes off.
Even I now
bed.
don't walk on hotel floors barefoot, which I always used to do. So, anyways, 20 minutes later, our phone rings, and I'm like, and Emerson gets, he's like, "Is that our phone?" We're trying to
landline.
He's trying to go to sleep. I'm watching Supercross. The landline rings. By the time I get up and get over there, it stopped ringing. So I'm like, whatever. Probably just wrong number or they're, who knows. Another 10, 15 minutes goes by, and there's a very soft knock on the door. Tap, 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 tap. And Emerson hears it, and I hear it, and I'm like, is that our door? Tap, 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 tap. And I'm like, So I go over there, and I look through the peephole, and it's this very nice Indian lady. They own the hotel. And I open the door, and I'm like, can I help you? And she's like, I'm not going to do an Indian accent because I don't want to get canceled. But basically,
please don't.
But basically, she was like, the room downstairs is complaining about loud footsteps. And I was like, what? And she's like, the room downstairs says that this room's being very loud, and they can hear loud footsteps. And I'm like, yeah, that's not us. Sorry. And I go, hey, aren't you worried about the weird weed and ramen noodle smell down the hallway over here? She was like, no, I did not know this. And I'm like, yeah, you should go check that out. And I just shut the door. That's my story. Nothing crazy. Right. But then I thought about it, and Emerson was in his cowboy boots. So maybe the fact that when we walked in, he walked over, and maybe that noise from his cowboy boots, and honestly, that's not our fault. That's this hotel's place being very thin walled. That has nothing to do with us.
Invest in thicker carpeting.
Yeah. Riley Filbert put B-dubs in Hutch.
Yeah.
Riley does not know about my deal with Buffalo Wild Wings and how I never go
Every
there.
time we go there, Alex makes a server cry.
Yeah. I don't go to Buffalo Wild Wings anymore. They're terrible.
Yeah. They are.
Every Buffalo Wild Wings I've ever been to is terrible. Not only that, I want to know where they get these super tiny chickens for their tiny chicken wings.
Yeah.
I want to know where they raise those things at.
They're chick wings.
They must be chicks, not chickens. So no B-dubs for me. Ew. B-dubs is terrible.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to the Reedy race and we went to that B-dubs and it was filthy and it took forever to get our food?
And it was terrible?
And it was terrible food? Yeah. Never go to B-dubs, ever. When somebody's like, hey, man, let's go to B-dubs. I'm like, yeah, just the fact that you call it B-dubs makes me not want to be friends with you anymore.
Let's go to B-dubs and bro down.
Yeah, let's bro down. Yeah, no more for me. All right, let's get to the comments and we'll get out of here.
Okay.
All right. Peter wants to know why your headphones have wires now.
Because I was using the wireless ones, and Richard said they didn't sound as good, so I have to use these forever.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Trevor Zelazny says, remember when my mom and I got stuck on that hill in my dad's blue truck? And I do remember that.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I've met their dog, their old dog, not the new one. The new one's cute, the bulldog, but the old one too. That's another dog I wanted to steal.
Ooh.
Little sweet dog. We actually have a bucket. We have a whole bunch of buckets of parking lot gravel that we keep around just in case somebody gets stuck on our hill.
Yeah.
I've used it
Right.
several times. It's you know where we put the old scoring shed.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the old scoring shed back there.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know.
Yeah. John Haas is trying to convince his wife to let him go to the Psycho Nitro Blast.
Yeah, do it.
I'm not sure if the Psycho Nitro Blast would be the one I'd go to.
Well,
The
yeah.
idea of
I mean,
running-
that's
the idea of racing 24 hours to me is not.
well. I thought practice is 24 hours.
Practice.
Racing's not.
I don't know. I thought some of these guys as qualifiers was like at crazy times, if I remember right.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
Never been.
Didn't they have
I
like
don't know.
1,000 entries one time or something like that?
Yeah, they just take as many in. That's not a good 8-scale race to cut your teeth on. Now that I think about it, but I mean, if you just want the experience of going to a race and not really caring about how you do or if your stuff gets broken, you know, and it's not the track. Like it's a big.
It's big.
Like just be ready for it.
Yeah.
Like
our jumps.
like-
Our
Mhm.
jumps are like mini B jumps
yeah.
compared to
Like-
a lot of these races jumps.
Yeah, like you got to get like clearance from NASA to hit some of those, you know. And it is what it is, you know what you're in for. I'm telling you because you might not know. What
I
you're
will
in
say the last several Psycho Nitro Blast layouts have been really good.
for. Oh, they look great.
They look
you know,
great. And
I want
They
to.
flow really well. I remember the very first Psycho Nitro Blast I ever saw, and it was I got a kick out of it because the jump sent you so high,
Mm-hmm.
and it was called the Psycho Nitro Blast. It was
Mhm.
They were built that way for a reason.
Yeah, I'm just saying, be ready for it. Is all.
Tommy says wood jumps would be awesome. Yeah, maybe like one is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, one.
One with
Yeah.
a dirt landing would be nice.
Yeah, just one.
Just something so I can move it around.
Yeah, just one.
Lance says carpet track was sweet. Love the kitchen floor in the option lane.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the only reason why that was there is because I couldn't think of anything else because the on-road guys made such an on-road layout.
Dude, the kitchen floor is a hit.
Yeah. So we'll try.
Guys like it.
We'll try to figure out where to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth Freeman says Chris Morant did go again. We talked about this earlier. Apparently wasn't feeling well on day 2.
Yeah.
Jackson says Taco Bell has Kickstart. That's true. It actually does taste pretty good from the fountain at Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And he also says, so does the Dollar General by Walmart by the Plex.
Oh. Gonna have to go to the Dollar General.
Yeah. Andy Barrett says, hey, everyone, just realized I was on the wrong account. I watched and gave it a like. Must be talking about the Arma vehicle. Again, if you're watching this, there was 25 people on. If you haven't seen the Arma first bash video, give it a like and comment so I can get up higher up on the algorithm. I was pretty bummed out that I'm one of the low views for somebody a YouTuber that got that early.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting like 4 or 5. Even my Axial video that I had, of the Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that had, I think 5,000 views within a few days. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
These things take time to build up, and I bet you probably, you know, now that you think about it, I mean, it's entirely possible that tactical could have been a thing that got flagged.
Yeah, very possible.
You never know these days.
Well, I can tell you that there was some kerfuffle about the fact that I mentioned that the dudes had weapons.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I mean, you know, not with Arma and not with those guys, but it was just kind of funny to me how, you know, it's a truck that has dudes with weapons in it.
Yeah.
Why would I not mention it? It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's the model, right? I mean, you wouldn't get a Mad Max model and complain about guns.
It's called an Arma Fireteam assault vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
because it's a military style vehicle with dudes with guns in it.
It's like a GI Joe,
It's a
RC GI Joe
truck. Yeah.
Yeah. They should have called that the Big Joe.
Big Joe.
Yeah.
That's not a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Nah.
Lance says, I know having an Instagram and other social media type stuff adds to the YouTube views with links. I know. I mean, we've got the Hobbyplex Show Facebook channel, which actually has a pretty decent amount of likes, actually, followers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an Instagram account for that though. I should probably make one.
Yeah, get on that gram.
I'll have to look into that. I did link it. I linked it to the Hobbytown page, the Hobbyplex page. I linked it on the Arma Facebook page. I linked it to Reddit. I went on Reddit, and I was the first one to post a link to my video on Reddit. But I don't know how many people get on those RC car. By the way, if you ever want to get super frustrated with life, follow RC cars on Reddit.
Yeah.
There are some ridiculously dumb questions.
Oh, I'm sure.
Being asked on that one. A couple of them probably watch this show, and now they're going to be like, man, that guy sucks. He just called me dumb.
That's okay.
That's okay. A lot of these guys like the in-car shots. I thought that would be cool, too. I did the GoPro. GoPro does really good in-car camera stuff with RC cars. That's why Ryan Lutz does it. Ryan Lutz is doing that now for his YouTube stuff.
I did that at the old Lincoln track with my two-wheel buggy a long time ago.
Yeah, the GoPro's perfect for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just skip all this. Skip all that. Skip all that.
What is it?
It's all the
Oh, you'll have to tell me about it later. Can you see?
Go ahead.
Go
What were
ahead.
you gonna say?
Can you see that later?
Yeah, you should be able
Or
to.
is it gone when the stream's gone?
No, it'll be there.
Yeah.
Peter Renault says, could be worse. He helped his wife redo a bedroom.
That was nice.
That was the way to end the back and forth that was going on.
Yeah.
Then he says Hostess pies no longer sold in Canada. Man, that sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Hostess pies are the bomb.
Hmm.
There's another one. I think it's an East Coast brand. Is it Tasty Cakes?
Yeah.
I found when I went to do one of the roar races in Jersey, I stumbled upon those. They make pudding filled little cakes too.
Yeah, when I worked at Dakota Fluid Power, you get a Christmas thing from one of the vendors.
Yeah.
And they'd have a bunch of those in there. I think they're like butterscotch. I had one a long time ago. I haven't had one in a while.
Man, I forgot about butterscotch pudding. Now I'm making me hungry. Butterscotch. Ho-hos. We got to vote for ho-hos, ding-dongs, glazed donuts. Riley says Mac looks super stoked after the 40-plus main. So Emerson was taking pictures, and we got one of them with Mac giving me the finger and the other one without. So I put the one without on the J Concepts page. How we're supposed to post our results for the weekend. And I thought it'd be funny, so I put the one where he was giving me the finger on my thing.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's all in
great.
jest. It's all in jest. It's not like serious.
No, we know this.
Yeah.
The people that see that now, like
yeah.
Huh.
The people that know.
The people that know.
Yeah. Richard, he said powdered jelly donuts are where it's at. I was never a big fan of the jelly donut. I was more of a pudding filled or Bavarian cream filled. Those are really good.
Oh.
My sister says coffee also helps move your bowels.
Yeah, Alex has a problem with that.
Yeah, I do.
I don't poop too much. I don't poop enough.
Jackson says he ate some cupcakes this weekend.
Yeah.
Then he wrote, then I threw some away because it's unhealthy to eat.
Oh. Oh, Jackson.
Oh, it's so funny. It's
Mm-hmm.
an inside joke, and it's really funny. Not everybody's
Yeah.
gonna get it that's watching, but it's
No, it is
trust
really
me,
funny.
It's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have to collect myself. Hang on. I just read that, and I just realized what was going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Riley Filbert said he brought his carpet setup to Ohio and didn't really change that much. They ran slicks there too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Let's see. Jackson Anderson says we'll go to PNB. You're not racing 24 hours. It's just practice. So yeah, it's just practice.
Yeah.
And what am I missing here? Or where is it at? John Haas says on the PNB thing, he just wants the experience. So
Yeah.
there
I mean, you get a lot of experience with that one, dude.
yeah.
You might have extra shock shafts, A-arms, hinge pins, and pretty much anything that's hanging off your car that could get broken. But it's a big track with big jumps.
Yeah.
So just be ready for it.
Filbert says the new armor looks pretty sick. Yeah, it's weird. So I always used like when I do unboxings, I always use that as a judgment of how the truck's gonna go. So for instance, we sold the bejesus out of infractions, right? Well, like I said, my infraction video got like 21,000 views within a week. Compare that to the new Max that I did an unboxing on. It hasn't even hit 1,000 views yet. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So and you can see it. There was a few guys that were super stoked about the Max and they came in and got it, but the sales wise, it hasn't been at the level of some of those releases that did have a lot of hype and did have a lot of people coming in, and we actually did sell out or we got really close to selling out. Whereas the Max, it's been open stock, it's been fine. Like the Haas, the Traxxas Haas was that way. The Traxxas Haas and the Losi Laser Nut basically came out around the same time. And the Laser Nut had like 4,000 views within a matter of about a week or so, and the Haas only had like 1,200. And you can actually see that in the sales. We sold way more Laser Nuts in the same period as we sold Haas's. So it's kind of weird how I could always tell that.
Yeah.
By how much hype was going to be around something. So this one's just weird though. I thought there would be more hype to it because it was with the handbrake on an off-road vehicle.
Yeah.
I figured that would be the hook,
Yeah.
And it works pretty freaking sweet. I mean, Emerson and I were having a ton of fun with it when we were trying to get the video.
Yeah, you guys are beating the crap out of that thing.
We definitely did. We broke it a few times. But it's an Arma, so we had parts for it.
Yeah.
Kenneth Freeman says Reddit is a cesspool. Yeah, I mean,
no truer words on the internet have ever been typed.
I would say Twitter is a bigger cesspool than Reddit.
Twitter is the Wild West, man.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't get on Twitter anymore. I'm glad I don't. I don't even look at it. Twitter's not a place for RC car stuff. Put it that way. Like back a long time ago, TLR had us. They wanted us to have a Facebook account and a Twitter account. So I had my Twitter handle is like Alex TLR Sturgeon or something like that. But it's just Twitter's just not the place for that. Instagram and Facebook and
Yeah. Facebook and the Gram. Those are the two I got.
Yeah. Tommy says Emerson is just like his dad when he was younger, except that he doesn't have his dad's bad temper. I don't know about that. He just does a better job of he has other things he gets very upset about.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe not.
You know him better than I do.
Yeah. No, not as much as I do, I guess. Yeah, that's probably a true statement.
Yeah. That's a lot of us.
There's just a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Tommy. Oh yeah, that's right. So speaking of old Region 8, before we get going, I just want to give Tommy Smith a shout out. He did kick butt in 4-wheel drive this weekend, 4-wheel drive mod.
Nice.
And if it wasn't for him breaking his car, he broke the A mount on for the front end, the metal. Is that what it's called? There's A, B, C, and D. He broke the A mount, and that's something you don't break every day. So of course nobody had any parts for that. So he tried to JB weld it, and it survived for one of the AAA mains, I think, or something like that. And then he was hoping that Emerson would have won A2 because he said he was going to ask to drive Emerson's car for his A3.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, he was driving like the old Tommy in 4-wheel. 2-wheel drive, the competition was pretty high there, and he had moments, but definitely in 4-wheel drive, he was on it.
Yeah, that's great.
It was really good. And Ariana did really good too. She was getting the hang of it down there.
Hell yeah.
Jackson Anderson, this is the last comment, it looks like. I used fuzz bites, and man, they barely wore out. They look almost new. So
yeah.
The store got in a bunch of those pre-mounted fuzz bites.
Cool.
And we have a whole bunch of pre-mounted twin pins, so we're pretty much set to go for the last 5 carpet races. We only have 5 carpet races left. Then we go back to dirt.
Woo!
It's about a month.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's it. That's all we got.
Okay.
Please remember, this show is brought to you by Pivot Lending Group. You can find them at pivotlending.com. Mention our show. Get yourself a home loan refinance. And $500 lender credit or an eighth of a point. Is it easier to say eighth of a point, or is it easier to say 0.125 off your interest rate?
0.125. You'd say eighth of a percent.
Eighth of a percent. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, and that's it. We'll be back next week. We're going to I'm going to try to get us a guest maybe for next week.
Ooh, guest.
We'll see what I can wrangle up.
Okay.
Just to change it up a little bit, and
yeah, we haven't had a guest in a while.
We haven't. I know we've been enjoying ourselves.
Well,
talking ourselves.
Well, yeah, we missed a couple of weeks, and like I'm usually the guy that gets the guests, and I've been busy, so
yeah. Peter Renault just dropped a $8 Canadian super chat, and he wants to know when the next live stream is. So we should be on Wednesday.
Why'd you put me down for $4?
Yeah. But Wednesday should be on. I don't have anything else going on, so there'll be the after-hour show on Wednesday. And then I should be able to get the mains from this coming up Saturday as well. So
cool.
Yeah. Using that live stream, and just so you guys know, we don't monetize our live stream.
Yeah, no ads.
This show's not monetized. The after hours isn't monetized, and our races aren't either when they're live streamed. So,
yeah. So come for some good old wholesome public access style entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I'll see you guys.
Yep. See you guys. Thanks for being you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.